What's up guys, Hunter Frontier, back at it again with another video, and in this video guys, we're going to be discussing the huge issue with Justice Hunters and what you can do to avoid falling into its trap. So off the bat, it's been less than a week and the set has not been doing the best if you guys have seen TCGPlayer prices, but I want to get right into it and start off with the booster box. It's about standard in terms of a side set, or at least what we've had for the past few months, but compared to a main core set, it's doing much better, right? Because usually the main core sets are $40, $45, and that's atrocious, especially for Konami. And we will definitely make a video about that later on, but I want to focus on Justice Hunters because it's actually insane how low the set is. So let's go off and start with, the set in general, right? High to low. We have K917 Azuna, the Starlight Rare here, doing pretty bad in terms of price. We have $124.95. Now, everything else is lower than that. And you might be asking, why is this a problem? Well, because these three decks have such a huge support and also hype coming from the OCG. You would expect these prices to be crazy in price, right? But you see this and it's like, wow. I mean, you could say too, it's only been less than a week. The prices will go up. They probably can. But at the same time, it just kind of shows the activity in terms of the community. People are really leaving Yu-Gi-Oh, or at least just coming off it in terms of not buying as much product, and you can really see that in the reflection of the prices. Now, what I'm going to do here is I actually recorded a video, a pre-sale video that I actually looked at pre-sale prices on Gamer's Choice about 2 weeks ago, and we're going to compare that to the current prices. So starting off with the Starlight Rares, right? And I want to say too, a huge issue in terms of what's going on with the sets is the amount of Starlight Rares we're currently getting per set. That's a huge problem we have here. So if you can see right here, you have $100 for Lupus as a Starlight Rare. Yumi, Snatchy, you have 130 for the Draco Tail, and you have 130 for the Cupsy. So if we go back here and we check out the prices, you can see that nothing is really stable in terms of that price. Nothing justifies that pre-sale price. Everything is much lower, either half or even lower, and it's just insane the amount of attention that is, kind of gone to every single card here. And it's not saying that there's no hype with the decks, but it's just showing that, it's just not there anymore in terms of prices. If this was last year, maybe the prices would be more stable, but you can really see the low activity from the community, and for good reason too. Because I think that, when it comes to the Starlight Rares, them bringing it back, that was cool. But the fact that they're mass producing it, like the Core Century Secret Rares, it's just a big no-no. And to be honest, I didn't even enjoy how they mass produce the Core Century Secret Rares. It was fine if they had just replaced the formula for Starlight Rares in terms of 3 to 4 per set, just 3 to 4 Starlight Rares. And then if you want to have a whole size set for Core Century Secret Rares, but they didn't do it that way. They wanted to just kind of flood it and then see how it all kind of, unravels here. So going to Starlight Rares, right? Starlight Rares, nope. Let's go into the Collector's Rares, which I also have a huge issue with. And if we go over here, you guys can see that the prices are, lower here because they're collectors. You don't really know how they're going to do, but you have the Lupus for 25, the Snatch at the time did sell at 60, and of course there are more cards, but this was early on when we actually did the video. And Cupsy for 60, you have the Snatchy for 60, and you have the 67 for $20, just from the prices that we were able to cover. Now if we go back here, you guys can see that the prices are definitely different. Now some are somewhat stable, but you can see that Lupus is down all the way here, and a bad pick here would be the 67 pair of dice Smasher. So the last thing we want to look at are the ultra rares here, and I'll kind of go more into my point. So ultra rare prices, right? You have Azuna was still leading the set at $55. Lupus was like 15. You have Draco for about 20, and then you have the Fusion here for 15. And then we won't go into all of them. Let me see if I can just show you guys. But most of them were 20s, and Draco Tail for 15. So now that we go back here and we check the prices, prices are low. Prices are low, especially for the ultra rare here. It is about $44, and compared to the other prices, all of the Yummy monsters are just down in price. Now, is this a bad thing? No. But what I will say, this is one of my huge critiques when it comes to these modern day sets. If you do not need to buy higher rarity for whatever reason, do not buy it, because it is not stable right now. you already saw how it was on pre-sale and it's lower, you might say, wow, such a great deal. But that's not the case. Do not buy this unless you truly just like to kind of just max rarity out your deck for whatever reason. But if there's no reason to do it, don't do it. Just stick with the ultra rare cards. There's nothing wrong with ultra rare, okay? And later down the line, they might reprint them, make them more shiny and more affordable too. So don't always assume that you should buy high rarity, even if the cards are low in price, okay? So you want to try to make sure that you maximize your profit while also playing your deck that you want to play. A lot of people are switching to Yumi right now. It's a popular deck, and you know, it's a fun deck to play as well. I'm not going to say it's not, but you guys should not be buying high rarity cards when you don't need to, especially buying it off an unstable time in Yu-Gi-Oh, where modern day Yu-Gi-Oh is dying, you know, for greedy reasons from Konami. So that's one of the things I would say, and something I want to just relate to you guys. That's a huge thing. And I just want to, you know, just bring it up that it's important that you really do realize where your money is going in terms of that. There's certain cards that you should be selling now, which of course I try to do the videos of sell these cards now or buy these cards now. Those videos are not going to stop, you know, me creating them. But at the same time, I want to inform you that you really do want to be informed when it comes to these decisions. Now, you know, do I think that this set is terrible? No, it's not terrible in terms of the decks that the cards that they put in here, right? I just don't like the model, and that's just me. I don't like the Starlight Rares being produced. I don't like the Collector's Rares being overproduced. At one time we had Genesis Impact. Those were great to have Collector's Rares, but they weren't like, you know, this and this. It was just one thing. Now they're like, oh, they love rarities, just shove it into everything. And that's not the way that it should actually go. It's turning people off in terms of that. Even with bigger sets like the Rarity Collection, a lot of the cards are going down in price because Yu-Gi-Oh is all over the place right now, when it shouldn't be. It should be going up. But because modern day Yu-Gi-Oh is all over the place, everything is unstable. So, you know, just to kind of round off my final points for this, do not buy high rarity currently. You don't know if it's going to go up or down. And in terms of, let's say, something like Collector Rare here, we have 67 Paradise. This card, 450 Collector's Rare, right? It's low. Personally, just buy the rare or the super. Why even going for the Collector's Rare, you know, at that point? And another thing too is that you have to be very careful when it comes to buying modern set meta cards, because they're very unstable. One day they're up, one day they're down, right? Now, if you don't care about this and you just want to buy the deck, low rarity, go right ahead. You want to buy high rarity, go right ahead. It is your bankroll, but at the end of the day, I want you guys to be informed of your decisions, of course. And, you know, of course, let me know down below what you guys think. And I will say that I'm very interested to see how Doom of Dimensions, and of course the Megatins are going to be doing this year. Megatins usually always do well, right? This will be the first time we have Starlight Rares in them, so that'll be interesting. But for Doom of Dimensions as a main core set, it's going to be interesting to see if they somehow do better or it's just going to be worse, right? So, end of the day, it's their game. We're just playing it, but we hope that they do right for the community, right? Just gonna cross our fingers. But guys, that's all I have for you for today's video. If you guys like the video, make sure to give it a huge like, comment down below your thoughts, of course. And if you guys are not subscribed to the channel, what are you doing? Go ahead and hit that subscribe button and turn the notification bell on so you're updated the next time I upload new videos. Alright guys, hopefully you have a good rest of your day or night, and I will see you in the next video. Peace.